Welcome to the Afterwork Program radio station. We have on the line with us the one and only Bill Cox. Say hello, everybody, Bill.
And hello, everybody, and especially hello to you, Victor. Thanks so much for having me.
Why, thank you, sir. Tell me, what inspired you to start doing music?
Well, my day job is I'm a DJ and an MC. I work for a company called DJs Unlimited, and I have for many years. Primarily doing wedding receptions. You know, I've done my share of clubs, but I'm a public speaker. And I've always wanted to be a writer. And so I wrote a couple of books, Ultimate Wedding Reception book, Ultimate Wedding Ceremony book, and I guess like any other writer, you know, you go through a poetry phase. And so I went through one and just started writing poetry. And because I work as a DJ and I like music, I actually hired a rap band to record this poem that I wrote, I Love the Fat Chick. But what happened was we got to the studio and the rapper didn't show up. And it's funny how that would work. You expect the DJ to not be the one to show up, but I was actually there. And the music producer that I worked with is a guy by the name of Michael Traverso, who is just awesome. And he goes, well, hey, Bill, you know, you're a public speaker. You ever thought about doing poetry? And you know, so I thought about it, and we put it down, and I Love the Fat Chicks is the first one. But it's been a great, a nice little run. I have that, and I mean, the Fat Chicks is the one that's, you know, got the most run for me so far, but, you know, I have other stuff like Is She Male, and You Took My Girl, and it's been a lot of fun, Victor.
Wow. So how did you come up with, out of all the titles in the world, I Like the Fat Chicks?
No, it's not I like, it's I love the Fat Chicks.
I love, okay.
You know, it really, it's based on a true story. Like most of the stuff that I write, you know, I've done shorts and screenplays. I have a feature that's in pre-production now, but it's all, you know, I'm just a storyteller at heart, and it really is based on a true story. And what happened was, I went to a club, met a couple of fat chicks, and we just had a blast. And then I went to the next week. I went to the very same club. And all there were skinny chicks, and they were just being rude to me. And it was so funny. I mean, here we're at the same place, doing the same thing, and yet the people were totally different. And I know, I mean, women are mean to each other. You know what I'm saying?
They can be, and catty, that's true.
Right, and you know, and I sensed that, you know, these fat women were great and had a great time, but maybe they were dissed by the skinny women too. So that kind of, you know, that started the idea for I Love the Fat Chicks. And then, you know, I was thinking, you know, as I got into it, you know, about I've had gastro and lipo, now there's a skinny me. You know, how people want to transform themselves into something that they think that they want to be, where the reality is, for me, I had more fun with the fat chicks.
Wow.
You know, I mean, plain and simple. And so, you know, female corpulence. This is probably the only song that you'll ever hear that praises that stuff. But it's just been a cool kind of ride, and it's amazing the amount of acceptance that I've had, and it's helped my other projects too. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. So tell me, Bill, how do you write your material?
Man, that's a great question. And I'm sure if you asked 10 writers, you'd get 10 different answers.
That's true.
me, I write it in my head. I get the idea, and I kind of mash it around, as I'm driving or when I'm at work or when I'm doing a show, kind of, feeling out how each character would act. And then when I'm actually writing, which because I'm a DJ and I do shows until, midnight or 1 o'clock, I typically write when I get home, which is about, 2 or 3 in the morning. 'Cause, you can't go to sleep anyway. So it's either write or play video games or whatever. But honestly, by that point in time, by the time I'm ready to sit down and write, it's like pouring water out of a pitcher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
By then, I've gotten the A, B, and the C storyline. I know, I can actually see the characters, and it really is like pouring water out of a pitcher. And one of the skills that I have, I was actually in the Navy before I went to college, and they taught me how to. My job was I had to type, and so because of that, I became a good typist, and I can type, probably 50 or 60 words a minute, which means I can keep up with my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Whereas so many people write and then they have to stop and edit. I don't. I can keep up with it, and I write the whole thing out, and then once I'm done, and then maybe get some sleep, and then I'll go back maybe the next day and edit or that kind of thing. But writing for me is a late night, early morning task that I do.
Wow, that's interesting. So tell me, what is your favorite song that you have written?
Well, I obviously I love the Fat Chicks, but I have this poem called "You Took My Girl," and honestly, I think a lot of successful songs are shared emotion, and this song is based on something that happened to me much earlier in life, and I consider myself very lucky to be an older person being able to do this kind of stuff. I mean, I thank God, that I'm able to do this, and because I'm not 20, but I have real life experiences. I experienced the pain of someone taking my girl, and by doing that song, has almost been therapy for me. But the hook in that song at the end goes, because it's "You Took My Girl." When you're having sex, think of your ex, because she's the next girl for me. And that's the revenge that I wish I would have gotten on that person years ago, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I think, it's that defiant spirit, how to rise above the pain of that moment. That song just, every time I hear it, I just want to put my fist through a wall, It's empowering, you know what I'm saying? Hearing someone else's pain makes you able to face the challenges that you have. So, to make a long story approximately the same length, my favorite song that I've done so far is probably "You Took My Girl."
Wow. So what musical artists inspire you?
Well, I guess the bad thing about being a DJ is that it bastardizes your taste in music. And what I mean by that is that, you, as a DJ, I mean, I'm a mobile DJ, and I do wedding receptions, corporate events. I do 175, 200 events a year, in all kinds. And because I've had to play, I have favorite songs in languages I don't even speak. So you don't have, I mean, it kind of has corrupted my natural state. You know what I'm saying? What I would naturally like. But I'm originally from Michigan, and I was surrounded by the Motown sound, and I graduated from high school in the 70s, and went to college in the 80s, and so I enjoyed the rock from Chicago, the bands that had all the horns in them, and but also the electronic dance music that was coming out in the 80s, and the alternative. I really enjoy that. Wow.
So what projects are you working on now?
Well, right now I'm producing a feature film called College Gang, and I wrote that, and I have another one following up called More Fun Dead, and I pretty much have graduated from writing books because that's boring. I like the collaborative effort of working with actors and doing that kind of thing. And I've done quite a few shorts, mostly comedy, and but everything has edge. Everything I write has edge, and it's thinking. It's for the thinking people out there, and I have a few more poems that I'm getting with different music producers to finish as well. I guess I'd have to say that creatively, I like to do, certainly on the writing side, but I like music and film both, and I really don't want to specialize on just one. I like doing them both.
All right, so tell me, what is it that you want everyone to know about you?
Nice. Enough with the subtle questions. Let's probe. The funny thing about it is, I as a DJ, I play so much music where people are singing along and they don't even know the words they're saying. So many of these artists out there nowadays, they're 17, 18, heck, Justin Bieber's like 15 years old. Totally different from a person like me. I've already graduated high school. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm a college graduate. I'm married. I have a family. I have a son. I have a daughter. I've worked careers. I've been fired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's richness in storytelling that I don't think we're getting through music from the older generation. And I've had a lot of people that told me that they like being able to hear the words.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I only do original stuff. what I do is what I write. The people that I work with, we do everything original. We're just trying to be real.
Wow. Okay, so are there any appearances coming up for you here?
Well, I'm around in the Houston area. However, I do have a couple of things that are coming up that I'll be out in L.A. But the funny thing about with, I guess, if there's any kind of band out there that resembles what I do, would probably be. Do you remember the Digital Underground?
Of course, everybody remembers that.
The Humpty Dance.
And that was huge.
A huge deal. I'm not going to be that huge. It's funny because I work. I mean, like I said before, DJU Productions, which is also DJs Unlimited, and we have about 25 DJs. We do about 1,900 events a year. And we all get together after our shows back in our warehouse, and we also do a lot of clubs. So we roll out there, and a lot of times my personal appearances are at about 1 in the morning, and we go in, we drop the video, have the lights going, and it looks like I'm just kind of like the party band for people that don't want to go home. They might go see a real talent like, I don't know, U2 or whoever, but when it comes close to 1 o'clock and they feel like staying out late, they might just run into Bill Cox doing I Love the Fat Chicks somewhere, It's just been a nice ride, but honestly, Victor, I'm not even sure where I can predict the next step is going to be.
That's no problem. Tell everybody how they can find Bill Cox as far as your website.
Well, of course, I'm on Facebook, just under Bill Cox, or you can search under in YouTube, Bill Cox Fat Chicks, and that's where my video is. And I also have a couple other songs loaded on there as well, and a couple of very nice mashup remixes on there as well. So currently, I'm just around the Houston area, but I am going to be back and forth from here to L.A., and if anybody out there wants to get a hold of me, YouTube, Facebook, it's all good.
That's great. And with that being said, we're going to play I Love the Fat Chicks. So why don't you go ahead and introduce this track for us?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the After Work program radio station. My name is Bill Cox, and I have a love poem coming up, and it is I Love the Fat Chicks.
All right, here's the Fat Chicks.
I went to the club. She was there, a bit of a chub, but she had a nice face, so I took her to my place. There was a lot to love. I loved the fat chick. She was big and round. I loved the fat chick. Didn't have to pay by the pound. I loved the fat chick. I went back to my spot out at the club. Love, definitely not. I was looking for something to rub. Only skinny missies I did see. Those vain bitches wanted nothing to do with me. Where was the fat chick? Where was the fat chick? She was big and round. I loved the fat chick, and I didn't have to pay by the pound. I loved the fat chick. Being home alone, I was tired of that. Put on the rags and I went back. I saw this girl who I'd seen before, but from what I remember, there was a whole lot more. Yes, I was fat, can't you see? But I've had gastro and lipo, now there's a skinny me. You had your chance, she screamed and yelled. Now I can get anyone, you go to hell. I loved the fat chick. She was big and round. I love the fat chick, and I didn't have to pay by the pound. I love the fat chick, now she's no longer around. I love the fat chick, maybe she'll gain some pounds. I love the fat chick. I love the fat chick.